Oh, there we go. What's up, man?
How's it going?
Good, dude. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Sorry about the delay.
No, it's no worries at all. I'm glad to have you on now. It's awesome.
No, I'm excited, dude. Thanks for your persistence. I apologize for the 8-month delay, but I appreciate you sticking with it. And I'm
No,
glad I
no
got to be
problem.
on.
Absolutely. Do you have do you have like a hard stop or are we just good?
We're good. I think like 9:20 would be
Oh
pretty
yeah,
good,
well okay. All right.
which
Sounds
I
good.
think an hour would be good. I mean,
Yeah.
if we keep going over an hour, then I mean, that's a great
Yeah.
conversation. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
All right. Well, I'll introduce you and we get into it.
Let's do it. Let's
All
do it.
right. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Lax Locker Room with Juddy. Today's guest is Princeton midfielder Jake Vana. Jake just helped lead the Tigers to a national championship and is coming off an awesome season for one of the best teams in the country. We're going to talk about winning it all, what it's like playing at Princeton, and some of his best lacrosse memories along the way. Let's get right into it. Jake, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Absolutely. To start, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, like where you're from and what your nickname is on the Princeton team?
Yeah, for sure. I'm from like North Shore, Massachusetts. So we got a couple Mass guys on the team, which is nice. I went to St. John's Prep for high school, which was an all boys school, about 1,500 kids. It was unbelievable. I played for at the time, it was a smaller club. It was called Gorilla Lax. That was my club program, but now it's a little
Okay.
bigger and it's called Freight Train. And I don't regret any second of it. It was an unbelievable experience. And now, obviously, we made it to Princeton. I'm going to my junior year. Pretty unbelievable how fast time flies, but I think
Yeah.
that means I'm having fun and there's a lot of great people around me. My nickname on the team in high school was Snake because Jake the Snake, I don't know, kind of a check down. A lot of
Okay.
guys liked it, but at
Yeah.
Princeton, it became more, they just call me V because my last name's Vanna.
Okay.
It is, but it's pretty quick and short. On the field, the guys would call it too. So, hey, if it makes its way on the field, then it's kind of my nickname here from here on out. So,
Yeah, absolutely. If you had to prefer which one from high school or college, V or Snake?
Uh, I like V. It's a little quicker, it's sharper.
Yeah.
Snake was funny in high school, but if I got
Yeah.
guys in public calling me Snake, I don't. People
Yeah.
can take that the wrong way depending on how you
Yeah.
interpret it.
What was going through your mind when the final horn surrounded it sounded and you realized you were a national champion?
I mean, it was surreal, man. It was everything you ever dream of as a lacrosse player. It's probably the pinnacle of the sport, which is unbelievable to think about. All of our hard work, even starting when we lost to Syracuse last year, is pretty heartbreaking. We thought that team could have been the one to get back to the promised land. And sports are crazy sometimes, and a couple bad bounces, and all of a sudden our season was over. And so, just all the hard work we had from the beginning of that loss all the way through the fall and through the spring, it was just surreal. I mean, you dream about that stuff and running on the field. Honestly, the best part was seeing all my teammates who you blood, sweat, and tears throughout the entire year, just seeing all of them so happy. And
Yeah.
as a team, we're finally coming together because sometimes it feels the season will never end because every game you're just so focused on winning and then you want to get to the end. But then when it
Yeah.
comes to the end, all of a sudden your season, it's over and that team's no longer a thing. But just seeing everyone on the team celebrating from the coaching staff all the way to every single player in the team, it was just an unbelievable feeling. And it was pretty surreal to see all of our guys celebrating and at the peak of their life, honestly, at the time, which was pretty unbelievable. It was special.
Yeah, I remember being there, and as soon as it was like 11 seconds and counting, everyone just started to get hype. Like the fan section got crazy. But I think my favorite part about the entire like semis to the championship was definitely the Princeton song, or the goal song. That was good because all the fans would always be like, it would be like, hey, 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 it was good.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I mean, obviously, close games are awesome, and that's what gets the adrenaline up, and that's when really sports memories are made. But I will say it was a little nice to have some breathing room at the end because then you kind of had the chance to soak it all in and look around, see the crowd, and like you said, our alumni were unbelievable. I'm pretty
Yeah.
confident we had the most alumni and fans there, which is unbelievable. And then the song, it's so
Yeah.
true. A lot of people thought it was just that weekend, but we'd be at Brown and there's maybe 300 people there, but the moms would be singing the song after a goal and you can hear
Yeah.
it. So I guess the guys got it right. The seniors choosing a song this year, and then luckily it was
Yeah.
pretty catchy. But yeah, our alumni were unbelievable. It was kind of like a 12th man out there
Yeah, it was
with how
crazy.
loud they were. It
Yeah,
was
they
pretty
were so
special.
loud. Yeah. And honestly, it was crazy because, like, this whole side was Notre Dame and this whole side was Princeton, and Princeton was shockingly more louder.
That was
So,
unbelievable, especially right behind our bench too. They were loud. They were pumping us up the whole game. always, and it was pretty cool. Like you get off the field and they're pumping you up, like, "Hey, let's go,
Yeah.
Van, let's go, Porter, come on,
Yeah.
Tuck," and it got you going. So it was pretty special, and that's kind of how it is too on our team. Like the alumni network and even the current players, the culture that our team has is special, and they always want to be here for each other, and we always care for each
Yeah.
other, even when you're gone. Like all those guys graduated, some of them in 2001 and others last year, but they all came back to support because that's just how tight our brotherhood is. It's
Yeah.
pretty special.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's awesome. What's the coolest moment you've experienced since winning the title?
Since winning,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, going to watch Nate at the towards and ceremony is special. I mean, he's an
Yeah.
unbelievable player, unbelievable teammate, and just being there as a team too. There was 41 out of the 52 guys, and I think
Okay.
no other team
Wow.
had more than 10. So that was pretty special to see. Also, seeing all the other lacrosse players too, really seeing the lacrosse community come together. In terms of what it has to do with the national championship, I'd say probably the Tuesday morning after we won the national championship. I went to
Okay.
breakfast at this local spot called Olives,
Okay.
which is kind of a renowned breakfast spot. It's really good.
Yeah.
And I went there. I usually go there pretty often, especially when there's no school. And I walk in, I ordered breakfast, and one of the guys who was serving was asking me if I played on the team. And I told him, yeah, number 36, I play on the team. And he was
Yeah.
like, no way, congrats. And the manager, who's a big fan, because we order from there a lot as a team,
Okay. Yeah.
heard our conversation and walked over to me, and I'm a huge fan. Congrats. Here, you don't have to pay for it. It's all good. Get whatever you want. And so I ordered a big breakfast and got a drink, and then it was on the house, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's
Um,
cool. That's cool.
it was pretty funny. That was my first free meal, maybe ever, but it was pretty cool. It just also shows how the community follows
Yeah.
along and really wants us to win, which is
Oh,
special.
so is that on the Princeton campus or just right near it?
It's right off campus. So campus is
Okay.
kind of like a circle, and then
Yeah.
literally probably like 100 feet off campus. It's right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool how he would support y'all like that, especially you. Um,
Mhm.
who was the most emotional teammate after the win?
Emotional teammate. Honestly, I think more guys thought they were gonna cry, but they were just so overcome with joy.
Yeah.
Uh, I think Russ, from what I remember, Russ was pretty emotional. I mean, all the seniors, to be honest, that was
Yeah.
their last game and they knew it. And it sometimes feels the season's never going to end
Yeah.
because the goal is always the next game, the next game, the next game. But then when there is no next game, it kind of hits you that your career's over. And all of our seniors were definitely emotional, but they're also really happy too. They were excited. They did an unbelievable job this year leading us to where we wanted to go. But I would say outside of the seniors, maybe Russ, but for the most part, it was the seniors who were pretty emotional, as
Yeah.
understand we all
Yeah.
were, but definitely the seniors.
I get that too. Like, I mean, I'd be the same way. Like, it's your last game and you just won a national championship. Like,
Mhm.
that's pretty cool. What was the locker room celebration like after the game?
Yeah, from what I remember, I feel like I was out on the field for a while. And so when I got in, they all had, I thought there was champagne in the locker room for a sec because they gave us goggles, like champagne goggles that they
Yeah.
wear in the NBA or NHL. And it just
Yeah.
turned out to be water. But I mean, there's music bumping. We were going nuts. No one was showering. We were just still
Yeah.
had our gear on with our shirts, whipping water around,
Yeah.
celebrating, cheering, maybe taking videos with each other, taking pictures. It was
Yeah.
pretty special. And then we had to walk in the back to take the picture with the trophy that you see that are pretty
Uh,
iconic with some guys. So,
yeah.
but it was, I mean, it was legendary. We were on the field for a while, and
Yeah.
then when we got in
Yeah,
the
I
locker room,
remember. Yeah, I remember.
it was
I
nice. Because oh, sorry, what were you saying?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying on the field. I mean, you're super pumped, and everyone's watching. But then when you get in the locker room, it's kind of your own space with your team, and it's cooler. And that's when you can just
Yeah.
kind of scream and go nuts and
Yeah.
throw stuff around. Then we cleaned it up, obviously, but it
Yeah.
was pretty nuts when we were in there.
Yeah. One of my questions was, how long did it take for those guys to clean up all the like confetti stuff on the field? Because
I can. We're lucky. We had the best equipment staff in the world with Derek and
yeah.
Brian, and we threw all of our gloves off, and I blinked, and then all of a sudden there was no gloves or sticks on the field because they had containers, and they immediately picked it up to clean up the field. So those
Yeah.
guys are unbelievable, Derek and Brian. They work
Yeah.
so hard every day, and I mean, with our equipment guys, our sideline was clean almost instantly, which is pretty unbelievable because I feel most championship games I've watched on Memorial Day weekend you usually see hours after they finally go out and pick their stuff up. But Derek and
Yeah.
Brian got on it pretty quick and cleaned the field up. And that's kind of
That,
how Coach Mad sets the tone with making it better than we found it. So kudos to
yeah.
Derek and Brian. They're great.
That's awesome. So Princeton started the title game down 3-0. What changed on the sideline?
I mean, we call it timeout. Coach Matt's called timeout pretty quick. But nothing really crazy changed, to be honest. We just had to settle down. I mean, he told us to take a deep breath. We were okay. We've been there before. It wasn't anything crazy. Yeah, they were on a 3-0 run and they kind of punched us in the mouth pretty quick. But outside of that, nothing schematically changed for us. We just had to settle in and stay the course because the game wasn't over after three. So Coach Matt just told us to relax, keep playing our game. And eventually, if we keep going, then the goals are going to start falling. And luckily, they came in bunches that day. But
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure like halftime was like 11-3 or it was crazy. I was like, "Oh yeah, this game's done." And then 3-0, nope. As soon as I said that, it's all over. And it was just hype. It was so hype being there.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, our team I think is known for going on runs, but
Yeah.
I mean, kudos to Andrew McMeekin and shout out to him. I mean, he was unbelievable at the faceoff X because you can't really go on runs if you don't win faceoffs. And Meeks was dominating all
Yeah.
weekend at the faceoff X, which really allowed our offense to get some chances. And sometimes in the Final Four game, you're a little nervous. Like we hadn't played either of those teams that year, and it takes a little bit. It's kind of like a boxing match. You feel each other out.
Yeah.
And thankfully, Meeks was unbelievable this weekend and got us the ball so many times. So we really
Yeah.
got to find our groove.
Absolutely. You also, I feel like y'all scored a lot in transition too. That was a big hitter. Like whatever reason, Notre Dame just couldn't. They were slow to slide, and that just you kept expanding and taking the one more.
Yeah,
Um,
right on the money. I mean, we practice it all the time too. I mean, we're super
yeah,
fortunate to have the athletes. Like we had Quinn, JG, Coop, Fish. Like
yeah,
those guys are some of the best athletes in the country, and they have unbelievable stick skills. Even our pulls too, and it helps to have Croddick and Net who makes a lot of clean saves. But we practice that all the time. We do a ton of full field transition drills because we want to score in a lot of ways. Because when you play the top teams in the country, sometimes it's really hard to score just 6-on-6. And
yeah,
so we can find other ways to score and transition, maybe a ride back here and there. That's what's
yeah,
going to make the difference. And thankfully, we had the athletes to do it and the guys with unbelievable skill. And that honestly, like you're right, that made the difference. In Duke, we scored a couple transition, and then Coop Miller
yeah,
basically iced the national championship game with a transition goal. So I mean, we
yeah.
luckily we had unbelievable defensive personnel, but they might be just as good at offense.
Absolutely. I remember watching Cooper Mueller, and he would always run exactly where I feel like there was some communication between the faceoff guy and Cooper because he just kept flicking it out, and Cooper would go get it and run down. And, he'd pass it to like Nate Kubi or Chad Palumbo, and it'd be a goal. Um, it's like the communication, just like I feel like the brotherhood on Princeton's also like, it's really good.
Yeah, 100%. Our culture is unbelievable. It starts with the seniors. I remember moving in last year, and freshmen move in around, I think, 2 weeks early, if I'm
Mm,
not wrong. And so we're there a good amount of time, usually before everyone comes back. And I get there, and all of a sudden I have Coulter Maxey and Coop Miller moving me in because they came back early to help the freshmen move in.
yeah.
And all of the guys have migrated. And then it's just a tradition now where every freshman gets help from guys who go back early just to help them move in. And
Mm.
that's just how special it is. We're like, we want to hang out with each other.
Yeah,
The culture is unbelievable. There's so much compassion, but also there's so much accountability and in practice. We really push each other, but it's all out of love because we know to win, we have to be the tightest team in the country. And thankfully, I think most years we are, but this year was definitely special with the guys we had.
absolutely. And kind of going off that, what were the upperclassmen like your freshman year?
Oh, they were unbelievable. I was going to say, I mean, going into college, you're
Yeah,
obviously nervous. It's the first time I'd really been away from home, a new environment, new
yeah,
teammates, new coaches. The level obviously is incredibly high, incredibly more higher, but they were unbelievable. I remember the seniors like Michael Kelly, who was a D
mm,
mid last year, went to my
yeah,
high school, and he was a senior my freshman year. He was nothing but a role model and a mentor for me. I mean, Coulter and Bath were our captains, and they did everything. I remember they would always invite us to the senior house, which as freshmen, you don't really see that too often, where the seniors actively invite you to the hangout on their free time. Not
yeah,
not for a party or not whatever the case may be, but on a normal day during the midweek, they're like, hey, we're watching this hockey game. You want to come over and watch? I'm like,
yeah,
you texting me?
yeah,
And that's just how it is. I mean, everyone is just even Andrew McKnight, who was at Michigan, guys like that who show the most energy, the most compassion, and the most care in the world for everyone on the team. And you never feel less than, no matter what grade you are in, no matter how much you play, how little you play,
yeah,
how old you are, how young you are, how well you do in school. It doesn't matter. Like
yeah.
everyone's on the same level. And the care is there. You can text any guy on the team, hey, I need help. Can I talk to you? They'd be like, yeah, no, where are you at? That's kind of how it is, which is pretty
That's
special.
that's super special. That's awesome how like the upperclassmen are like that mature and they're able to do that for the freshmen, and that makes you just want to that leads by example. So you'll probably want to do that for the freshmen when you're a junior or senior.
Yeah, 100%. At the end of the day, it's all about giving back. And
Yeah,
usually the guys who give back are the ones who are very fortunate to have great people in front of them. And
yeah.
luckily for us in my entire grade, we had unbelievable seniors last year and seniors this year who all they did was sacrifice for the team. And the least I can do is give it back to the younger guys when I'm a little older.
Absolutely. So going into the locker room at halftime, you were up 11-3. What was Coach Madelon's halftime speech, like? What was it like?
It was just keep going. I mean, obviously, even before Coach Mavs got in, the locker room was pretty intense. I think most people, when they asked me that, they
Yeah,
imagine that we'd go in there, maybe a little lackadaisical, all happy, smiley because oh we're up big, this game's over, it doesn't matter. But it was pretty intense. There was a lot of no, we're gonna keep going, no
yeah,
stop. We had a phrase called no chill. We're gonna go out there, it's 0-0. Come on, this is it. Because
yeah.
at the end of the day, it's the last half, no matter what happens. So
Right,
we might as well. We'd regret it if we came all this way and kind of let up and maybe let them back in the game, maybe not.
right.
But no, Madden's message was simple: keep it simple, keep playing hard, 0-0. Nothing crazy. Coach Madden's messages are very clear but very simple, and that's a good thing because we're not thinking about too much. He just says,
Right.
keep it simple, go play hard. Those are two things that I think we can all do. And so I think his message was right on the money. No need to overcomplicate it or try to scare us into thinking they're going to come back. Just keep doing what we're doing and stay the course.
Yeah, absolutely. Because y'all were definitely you were just bearing them, and the only thing you have to do now is step on their
Mhm.
foot, and keep it going.
100%. Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
which opponent challenged you most this season?
I think the one that, not even just this year, but before I got here was Cornell. I mean,
Mm,
going into this year, they beat us 7 times in a row, and we hadn't beat them in a long time. And Maryland
yeah,
was like that too. And we ended up beating Maryland in an unbelievable game. Like Croddick won us that game at the
yeah,
end. But we ended up playing Cornell midseason at home, and we were excited. We were rolling like after the Penn State game. We hadn't lost, and we were feeling good. And we were ranked ahead of them. Not like that mattered, but we felt like this was our year to beat them. And we just didn't play great. It was a kind of a classic game where we played Cornell, and
yeah.
just something was off, and they were playing unbelievable, and we ended up losing. And so then that was pretty heartbreaking, and that kind of woke us up. And then when we played them fast forward in the Ivy League championship, and it felt like everything kind of just aligned at the end where we played unbelievable. Maybe they didn't have their best game, but we just were on fire. And that game really, I think, gave us the confidence and the belief that we can do it because we hadn't
Absolutely.
beat them in Seoul. And they also won the
Yeah,
national championship last year. So those guys,
right.
all those guys come back really knew what it took to win. And the fact that we finally overcame that hump, even though we only beat them once, it's not like we don't
Yeah,
have the edge on them by no means. But the fact that we did beat them gave us a lot of confidence going into the tournament that, hey, maybe we can do this. We have the team to
right,
do it. Let's go.
right. That's awesome too, because like Cornell is a great team. Like last year, especially come winning the national championship, that's insane. And then losing and then beating them again, beating them it just shows you that like you want to beat them. Like you wanted it more. Obviously, they thought they were probably they when you played them, they thought they were just gonna this would be a no brainer and they'd
Mhm.
win.
100%.
So I know you were a three-sport athlete growing up. How did hockey and soccer help your lacrosse game?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a busy time in high school.
Yeah.
Pretty fortunate to have the parents I do to be able to play 3 sports and sacrifice all their time, effort, and spend the money on it. But I'd say they correlate more than maybe people think. Soccer obviously was, I mean, the fitness obviously for soccer, but also maybe a little bit of like reading. So soccer was definitely fitness, but then hockey was more of, because hockey is obviously a very fast paced game.
Yeah.
But I think hockey, because it's so fast and you're in such tight quarters, it slows the game down when you get on the lacrosse field because you got to think quick. You got to know what you're going to do with the puck. There's no
Yeah.
really catching the puck, and they call it dusting it off, which is stick handling. And then you make your decisions. You kind of have to know what you're going to do before you get the puck, or else someone will take it away or you get hit. So I think hockey definitely helps slow the game down. And also, hockey in the corners, it's no more different than a ground ball in lacrosse, where you're on the boards. You kind of have to move your way around guys and feel them out to see where the pressure's coming from and how to get leverage on guys. And so I think that's helped picking up ground balls as well, because you're just used to tight quarters and really where the pressure's coming from and how to knock guys off the ball. I think they correlate. It's unbelievable. I mean, also soccer too. Soccer too, a lot of times you can't really be too jittery with the ball, at least the position I played. And so old coach in soccer used to like yell at me to be calm, calm, calm. In
Yeah.
lacrosse, you can't panic. You got to play fast with urgency, but you can't be panicked when you have the ball. So I think soccer definitely helped with the fitness. And then also when I have the ball, being relaxed, even if you're under pressure,
Mm.
because you still got to be able to think clearly
Yeah.
when you got maybe you're getting doubled or the slide comes. And then hockey was playing fast and slowing the game down, and then also the ground ball. So I think the translation was awesome. I don't
Yeah.
regret it one bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, and also I think being a three-sport athlete, it makes lacrosse more fun because like when you're so worried about one sport, it like I feel like you start to get like you get burnt out, and when you play other sports, it like makes lacrosse fun. Like you go lacrosse one night and it's super fun, and then you switch it up and go to like hockey, like whatever you say. Um, and then it all correlates really well. Especially I think hockey, soccer, and basketball are the closest sports to lacrosse, and it's cool that you played two of the three that I named. So kind of going off that, how did you get into lacrosse?
So luckily, I grew up in a town called North Andover, and
Yeah.
because my mom never played lacrosse. My dad played in middle school, but they didn't offer in high school.
Oh,
And we lived in North Andover. At North Andover High School, the local high school, they offered a local youth lacrosse clinic. And so I showed up. I remember the first. I was young, but I do remember I showed up. I had hockey gloves on. I think I might have had hockey shoulder pads on too. I had a lacrosse
okay.
helmet, a really old one,
Yeah.
and then I had a women's lacrosse stick because I mean, we didn't know any better. We just got
Okay.
whatever we had. So I had a women's stick. I ended up going, and obviously it wasn't great. I probably didn't have the right gear. Maybe probably didn't do that well, but I did love it. I remember leaving. And I do remember the coach come up to my mom and saying, "Hey, he doesn't have the right gloves or stick." And my mom was like, "Oh, I had no idea." And that's pretty funny. But then fast forward, a guy who was at that clinic was named Jim Connolly, who he played in the pros, one of the best players in UMass
Yeah.
Amherst lacrosse history. And he was at one point the leading scorer in Massachusetts high school lacrosse history. And one led to another. And all of a sudden he was offering local private clinics. And I remember him at the camp. My mom did too. And so then we signed up for those maybe small mini private lessons with my friends. And he was just unbelievable at making sure we had a lot of fun, but also got better. And then
Yeah.
he's become my coach ever since. He was my club coach.
Mm.
I've done private lessons with him since I was a little bobblehead, and so
Yeah.
it really started at the North Andover Clinic. But then Jim Conley really took off my love for the sport, and I just kind of stuck with him until the end. And luckily, he's one of the best coaches in the country. So
Absolutely.
I got
Yeah.
lucky with him being there, and I can't thank him enough. Forever in debt for what he's done for me in my lacrosse career.
Yeah, that's crazy how it started from like you being at a clinic with a woman's stick and hockey gloves all the way to till now, and you just won a national championship. So that's awesome. Yeah, kudos to him for sure. At what age do you realize lacrosse could take you to the highest level?
Um, it's so funny. I played all three as even as I could, and I honestly like loved them. Not even joy. I loved all three of them the same. It
Yeah.
was just I enjoyed them so much because the second I didn't enjoy one, I would have dropped it. That was kind of the standard. If I didn't like
Mm.
it, then I just quit because it's not going to be worth my time or my parents' time.
Yeah.
And I'd say maybe once the junior hockey thing started really becoming prevalent, getting into high school, and obviously soccer is like very difficult to play college.
Yeah.
It kind of became Operation Not Hockey, and then luckily my freshman going into sophomore summer, that was the first time I did showcases, and I ended up playing in 1%. And I barely got in. Like Jimmy pulled some strings and got me in because obviously I played for a small club. I didn't get the invite originally.
Yeah.
And lucky enough, I ended up playing and I won MVP, which was really cool. And I kind of left that because I never played against maybe the quote unquote like top guys in the country at the time because I
Yeah.
played for my high school freshman year and then I played for my club team my whole life. And so that was the first time I really got exposure to guys maybe outside of my area. And luckily, I mean, it was one good day. It was only one day camp. So I just happened to have a good day. But that really
Yeah.
sparked maybe the belief that I can do it. And I
Yeah.
remember telling my mom, because I was worried before, I told her, I don't know how good these guys are. I only see them in
Yeah.
social media and I don't know, can I compete? And then I kind of left the camp telling my mom, hey, I believe now. I think I can do this. And
Yeah.
that was definitely the turning point in terms of my confidence, which was which was good. But even if I didn't, I think just that summer itself as a whole with how I played really
Yeah.
sparked the belief that hey, maybe I do want to pursue this.
Absolutely. That and it's crazy how like one showcase can turn everything around. Did you do any other showcases?
That summer I only did 1%, and then I just played in all my club tournaments. And
Okay.
then the following summer, obviously the recruiting one, I did
Yeah.
4 prospect days, and then I went to main stage. And I actually broke my hand. That's a different story for another day, but I broke my hand at the end of my spring season. So I missed the
Oh,
first 4 weeks of the summer, which is
yeah.
pretty stressful. But luckily enough, main stage I got to go to, which was awesome. And then I went to prospect days and had to
Yeah.
play as well as I could with my hand. And luckily I ended up here now at Princeton. But that
Yeah.
was a crazy summer.
What are prospect days?
So that's when the school hosts the camp. So say the
Um,
Princeton prospect day, they're, hey, here's our prospect day. And so you sign up and you go to Princeton, and the coaching staff runs the camp. And so obviously
I see.
you can't talk to me about recruiting because obviously it's before September 1st, but
Yeah.
you go there and the idea is you play right in front of the coaches, and
Right.
they get to watch hands on, they get to talk to you and meet you and get to watch you in person at their campus. So
That's
those things are
cool.
pretty beneficial.
Yeah. What camps did you what prospect camps did you go to?
I ended up going to Princeton, Brown, Yale, and Harvard. I went
Oh
to those
wow.
four.
So all Ivy League, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ivy League was definitely the goal. I mean,
Yeah.
fortunately enough, my mom went to Harvard,
Yeah.
and
And your sister
so
goes to Harvard too, doesn't
yeah,
she?
she's going
Yeah.
there next year. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's special. She's special. She just won a knapsack player of the year, which is
That's
like
cool. Oh
a big
yeah.
league in
That's
Massachusetts, which was pretty special. So I'm happy for her.
yeah, for sure. That's cool. Um, what was the recruiting process like for going to Princeton? Because I know Ivy League, it's definitely tough because the academics are also a big part of it too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, after the summer, September 1st comes around, and you're all excited and ready to go.
Yeah.
Uh, but I mean, the first question most schools ask, but especially the Ivy League schools ask, is what's your transcript? And then they go from there. Because, I mean, if your transcript, there's only so much they can do if your transcript's not up to par.
Yeah.
And so, at least with me, the first question was, hey, Jake, what's up? Send me your transcript. And then you have
Yeah.
to send and pray, all right, hopefully it's good enough. But they actually, trying to remember, so I think Princeton actually reached out September 18th. So there's a kind of a
Yeah.
point where I thought I played well. I thought I had good connections with the coaches,
Yeah.
but I was kind of getting not late, but sometimes the process is pretty sped up, and coaches don't really want to give you too long of a timeline.
Yeah.
But luckily, I wasn't really ready to make a decision, and Princeton reached out September 18th. And I went down there on my birthday, actually, September
That's
23rd,
cool.
5 days
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
And I loved it, had an unbelievable time. Aiden McDonald, who's now my line mate, was
Uh-huh.
also on that visit with me. So it's pretty small world and how everything
Yeah.
kind of a full circle moment. And then luckily, when I was down there, Coach Mads said they're going to offer me. And then I went home, and I think maybe a week later, I ended up committing to Princeton. So it was pretty unbelievable. It was
Wow.
special. I
Yes,
do
that's
remember that day.
unbelievable. Yeah, that's cool. I always like hearing recruiting process because like it boosts up my like spark and confidence. Like, oh yeah, that's cool. I should definitely do that, you know?
100%, man. 100%.
Yeah. Why was Princeton the right fit for you?
It's pretty cliche, but I mean, when you go on visits, every school wants to impress. And
Yeah.
depending who you are, like a lot of people, they want to try to impress. The kids are going to be really nice, and the coaches are going to be unbelievable to you. And you're going to watch practice. You're probably going to eat in the best dining hall. You're going to see the
Yeah.
best room. And so there's no shortage of maybe, I guess, people like blowing up your skirt trying to tell you how great you are. But there's just a gut feel because my other two were Harvard and Georgetown, which were unbelievable. And those
Yeah.
schools are top tier. And I loved every second I was there. But there's just a gut feeling and a vibe that I felt at Princeton. And you can ask a couple of the other guys who go to Princeton as well. Like they all have the same feeling where they love the other schools, but when they were trying to make a decision, there was just this gut feeling that Princeton was going to be the one.
Yeah.
And luckily, I got that for Princeton, and the rest is history. But that's kind of why. I mean, the guys, when I got there, I realized it because the campus is special. Honestly, it's not too small, but it's not massive either. It's kind of a perfect size where it's
Yeah.
all one circle, where everyone you see for the most part is Princeton students or staff, which I like. That's kind of my comfort zone. And then
Yeah.
the city's 45 minutes away, so we're not in the city, but we can go there if we want. And
Okay.
then the team and the school, like the school is unbelievable. It is rigorous. You have to try really hard. There's not too many gimme classes, but that's just rewarding at the end. And then the team is just
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like the culture we have is, I mean, I believe the best culture in the country. That's the goal we have every year. But
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of selflessness that this team has and the connectivity we have as a team. Like I think some of the closest guys on the team were seniors who just graduated from me as a
Yeah.
sophomore, which I don't really know how normal that is, but it just shows like you can be best friends with a guy as a freshman and a senior And the coaching staff, I mean, obviously we have the best coaches in the world, and
Yeah,
they're the best of their jobs, and they care, but they want nothing but for you to be the best version of yourself. So it's just a
absolutely.
perfect storm over there. And just you had that gut feeling before, and now I don't regret
Yeah.
any second of it. It's been
I mean,
unbelievable.
you can't. That gut feeling won you a national championship. So, it's cool how it all works out.
Mhm.
So I know you wear number 36. Does that carry any specific meaning for you, or was that just given to you when you showed up?
Yeah, so funny story. So my number was 12 in before high school. And then 13 was high school because a guy had 12. But even before that, for lacrosse, it was always 36 because when I had a hockey game one day, so Gorilla, the old way you used to get your jersey number was it was basically first come, first serve. They would have all the
Yeah.
jerseys there for your age group, and
Okay.
you'd go to the
Yeah.
location and pick a jersey up. And that's what you got. There was no ordering at the time or anything like that. It was
Okay.
just pick
Yeah.
it up. And so I had a hockey game and I couldn't pick it up. So we asked my cousin at the time who played also for Gorilla, he was a year younger than
Mm,
me. We asked his
yeah.
aunt, hey, can you go pick up number 12? And she was like, sure, no problem. And we're like, sweet. I was like, all excited. I was gonna get number 12.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she gives the jersey. And I don't know if they didn't have it or she just, I think the story was she liked the number 36. And so she just grabbed it and she forgot maybe what number we wanted. I don't know what happened, but I think
Yeah.
she liked the number 36. This is my Aunt Lauren, and she's the best. She's the greatest
Yeah.
person you'll ever meet. And I think I remember her just saying like she loved that I wore 36. So then from here on out, and Lauren's like one of my close aunts, she's unbelievable. And
Yeah.
she sacrifices so much for herself. Like, all right, if it means a lot to her, I'll wear 36. And then for
Yeah.
some reason I kind of grew on me. And then eventually in high school I wore 36. And now in college, after last year, now I got to
Yeah.
switch to 36 this year. So it's really because of her and how much sacrifice and how much she means to our family. And also
Yeah.
how great she is to me every time I see her. And so it's kind of an ode to her wearing 36. But I honestly like the number, to be honest. I think it looks a lot
Yeah.
better than 13 or 12, which
No,
is
yeah,
great.
well, it competes with 12. It definitely looks better than 13. 12 is a good number. 12 is cool. I've always worn number 8, but honestly,
Nice.
my dad was number 7 and I'm
Uh,
number 8, and there's not really any other specific reason. He was a pitcher at UVA. He
mhm.
was
Oh, cool.
and
Oh,
my mom
wow.
and my mom was a field my mom was a goalie at a UVA
No
for
kidding.
field
You got
hockey.
quite the family yourself, my man.
Yeah, for field hockey. So I don't know. Number 8 just felt right, I guess.
Hey, the grade eight, man.
Yeah.
The grade eight.
What's the hardest thing about playing two-way midi play?
I guess you did your homework. So I guess I really only I took 3 wings this year, which I mean, maybe I was going to take more. Maybe I was kind of surprised I took any,
Yeah.
but I mean, luckily it's become so specialized that the only time you play two-way midi is if you get caught on defense for
Okay.
the most part because we try not to stay on defense. But
Right.
we'll see about next year. But this year I did take a couple wings. I mean, luckily it was 2 faceoff violations and a clean win, so didn't
Yeah.
really have to do much. Didn't get stuck out there, but I guess it used to be if you remember Jake Stevens at all, who's in the PLL now.
Okay.
That guy was pretty close to two-way mid. Took all the
Yeah.
wings, played some defense, not really. And we'll see. Hopefully next year, definitely more of a two-way midi. But for now, like we try to stay on the offensive end.
Yeah.
But we'll
Yeah.
see. I mean, two-way midi is so hard with how good the
It's
athletes are, how good the Dodgers are. There's no
absolutely
break on defense or offense, and so you kind of want to save your energy for one side of the ball.
for
And luckily,
sure.
we have the athletes to do it on both ends.
For
So we'll
sure.
see.
Yeah, and honestly, I think offense is way more fun than defense.
I agree.
Just because the scoring and being part of the offense,
Mhm.
it's just better.
Yeah.
Um, and if you think about it, all the fun drills are for offense, like 4-on-3s, 6-on-5s. All the uneven stuff is only fun for the offense.
100%.
Fast fast breaks, like those drills are meant for offense.
100%. I mean, D mid might be the hardest position. I mean,
It,
goalie obviously is psycho, but
yeah,
D mid's like the hardest position. Maybe the
yeah.
least rewarding position in the sport, but also probably the most important outside of a goalie and faceoff guy because yeah, some D mids like Aiden McGuire's drafted number one overall, but for the
Oh
most
my
part, D
gosh,
mids kind of go
yeah.
under the radar and they're so important for a defense. Maybe if they can win their matchup a couple times, that means everything, or just not getting beat. It means so much.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily in practice, we probably do it more than most schools in terms of letting our D guys play offense. I think a lot of our two end drills where it's like mixed up between guys, we let the offense do the 4-on-3, and then we'll let the defense do the 4-on-3
Oh,
or
okay,
on
yeah.
offense for like the second half. So they probably get
Yeah.
to play a little more offense, but some practices maybe you don't touch a ball as a demon, which is definitely a
Yeah.
little brutal. If I was a demon, at least.
Yeah. Aiden McGuire. He's a beast. He was amazing this whole year, and it's tough because he was on a great team. I mean, Duke ended up they were good, but obviously not good enough. Um, as a midfield at the collegiate level, what are some key things you look for or think before dodging?
Mm, a lot of times it's you try to be as reactionary as possible, unless maybe you have a matchup you like and you want to get to a spot.
Yeah,
But I'd say Coach Mitch talks about all the time. You got to see through your matchup where, especially in college, because the defenses are so connected and they're spacing so good behind Dodgers that if you only focus on dodging against the guy in front of you, sometimes you don't really see. Maybe you miss an open guy, or you don't see the slide coming, or you don't see
yeah,
the double team. And so Coach Mitch talks about a lot before you're dodging, try to look past your guy. It's not an assumption that you're going to beat him, but if you're dodging, you're dodging. You got to go hard. But if you look behind your guy, then you can kind of read the slide, see the defense. Like Chad's very good at it, where Chad won't even dodge. He'll like start his dodge and then see the slide guy kind of moves away and he'll just throw it to the open guy in the middle. And
yeah,
that's kind of a good example of seeing through the defense. So nothing really trying to predetermine what you're going to do, but more or less try to look behind the guy you're dodging on to see what's going on behind to really. So
for
if you do
sure.
beat your guy, then you kind of know what you're looking at rather than beating your guy and then the slides coming, then you have to all of a sudden process what's going on even faster than you already do. And
Yeah.
so definitely like Coach Mitchell emphasizes seeing through the defense before you dodge.
Absolutely. That's huge too. Like if you can see through and know where the slide's coming like super quick, especially in the college game, because the sides are so fast. If you can see that before you dodge, you're gonna be a very successful dodger, at least from what I see on TV and in person. That's one of the biggest things, getting your hands free and either shooting it quick or passing it super quick to before that slide comes. Um, and that's just things you have to feel like know before the game before a dodge. Um, what helped you improve the most between high school and college?
um, I think, well, I mean, honestly, last year, maybe not playing was a blessing because I was able to watch. I was essentially the seventh or eighth midi last year. So if someone got hurt, maybe I got to
Yeah,
go in, or if they got benched, I got to go in. But for the most part, didn't really get in. But that was honestly probably the best part because I got to watch what was happening. I got to see what worked and maybe what didn't without actually making the mistakes.
yeah,
And so I really got the process maybe in the off season. Hey, this kind of dodging works, or this is what happens when you beat the guy and you got to look and find the guy,
yeah,
or moving off ball. I think the biggest thing for me was I put on 10 or 15 pounds in the off season. I was 190, 195 last year. And
yeah,
then this year I was closer to 210, which was great because then you're confident going to your dodge. And it doesn't work for every guy, but for me, I felt like with my body, I had to put on a
yeah.
few pounds to be able to, because the D middies are so strong.
Right.
And so not getting pushed off. And then maybe my shot too. Coach Coach Mitchell emphasizes here that he wanted me to extend my range a little bit, and I tried to work on it in the off season, and then even during the spring, I think it got a little better. But it's always a work in progress. But it was good
Yeah.
to see by the end, especially maybe against Duke, where a couple of my shots were from
Oh
maybe
yeah.
13 or 12.
Yeah.
And if you go to last year in high school, I'm probably not shooting that. I'm probably going to pass it up and swing it. So I think just the confidence that I'm a little bigger and stronger, so I won't really hopefully get knocked off as easy. And then
Yeah.
maybe the confidence in my teammates and coaches to try to encourage me to shoot it from maybe a little further out. And so those are probably the two things off the top of my mind. But in college, everyone's so good, and there's always work to be done. So this offseason will be
Absolutely.
a big one.
Yeah, that's crazy too. Like just the way that all of it works. Like when you're a midfielder, you can't be like when you're a midfielder. I feel like you have to emphasize getting past your D middies
Mhm,
because it's a shorty on a shorty. Like you should want that. Like
mhm.
it's a lot harder to dodge on a pull, and if you can beat your guy, then that's one of the biggest things. And obviously, like you said. I remember you in the Duke game. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's Vanna. He's coming on podcast." And you were definitely shooting from farther. I was like, oh my gosh, that's a rocket from deep. And yeah, so it's cool how it all kind of like plays out. And it's also nice when you put a lot of effort into something and you see the results and obviously it paid off in the semis.
Mhm.
So kind of going off that, what does a typical off-season training week look like?
Yeah, so I guess it varies as you get older. So I guess freshman year, maybe I coach club lax, but for the most part, last
Yeah.
summer and the summer going to my freshman year, relatively the same, where we have an unbelievable training program. I work out
Yeah.
4 days a week. So I'd usually wake up in the morning, work out, and then I'd go shoot or do something right after on the field. And then
Yeah.
I'd take a break and then I'd try to go back to the field later, which might be a little
Yeah.
extreme, but I feel like
Yeah.
we're young. We can do it. I mean, the more
Yeah.
the better. And also like this was really the first time in my life I'm playing lacrosse year round without
Yeah.
soccer or hockey. So I felt I need to maximize the time I can. So that's usually what it looked like for the most part. I'd go hard Monday, Wednesday, and then depending on the Thursday, and then usually Wednesday and Friday were no, Tuesday and Friday were maybe a little lighter, but I'd still play wall ball, maybe do light shooting. And then
Yeah.
I'd try to take Sunday completely off
Okay.
just to get a full day off. And then, so I'd probably say 3 to 4 pretty hard days where you work out and shoot and run. And
Yeah.
then maybe 3 days where you're stretching or you're doing light shooting or watching film.
Okay.
Cause
Yeah.
you can't go hard 6 days a week all the time because then your body's
Right.
going to run out. And you also, to see improvements, like if you want to get faster, Coach T Roz emphasizes all the time, you need to be rested if you want to get faster. So if I
Yeah.
was always running when I was tired, I'm never going to get faster.
Right.
And that was something that definitely changed. I used to try to run myself in the ground all the time. But now I realize that if I want to see results, you do have to rest a little bit. Not all the time, but you do have to rest
Yeah.
to let your body and nervous system recover. And then now, as we're starting to get into like the internships and the jobs where the going into senior year guys are doing 9 to 5s Monday through Friday all summer. And
Yeah.
so I'll do that next year. But for now, I'm only doing a 9 to 5 Monday through Wednesday. And so
Okay.
I wake up, go to work. And then after work, if I have time, I'll try to shoot, hop on the bike, do something
Yeah.
and just see. So a lot of guys get pretty busy in the summers, but
Hmm.
it's kind of the way it goes and the standard around here. So you just have to make it
For
work.
sure. Yeah, for sure. Um, what advice would you give to a middle schooler who dreams of playing Division 1 lacrosse for an Ivy League school?
Yeah. I mean, I know it sounds pretty cliche, but now that I'm coaching club lacrosse and I'm out of the club circuit in terms of a player,
Yeah.
I would say just have fun and enjoy it because I mean, especially that young in middle school, like one of the teams I coach are going into sixth grade, and you really see it's not really the best players who do the best. It's not like the most athletic kid who do well. It's
Yeah.
not maybe the kid who has a good stick because he played wall ball a lot when he was younger. It's really the
Yeah.
guys who enjoy it and have fun, and the guys who work really hard are kind of the ones who succeed at this age, and then also it encourages you to play. So I just say go out, have fun, like maybe practice as much. Like if you enjoy it, go out and practice. Maybe go shoot
Yeah.
because at that age you have time to shoot maybe for 30 minutes, an hour a day,
Yeah.
and it should be fun. Like I'm not saying go out there and do your routine
Right.
and come up with something. Just go out there and mess around, have one ball and just shoot.
Yeah.
Because especially at that age, you just want to enjoy it and have fun. And that's when you do well, is when you're just having fun. Because you'll make mistakes. It's not the end of the world. It's when the kids who maybe, I don't know, maybe their parents pressure them or they don't like it as much, so they'll make
Yeah.
mistakes. They'll like slam their stick or they'll get mad and not want to play. Whereas
Yeah.
the guys who are having fun are the ones that are flying around, enjoying it. You can tell they just truly love
Absolutely.
it. So I just say if it's lacrosse, then hopefully you love it. And if you want to play Division 1, just keep having fun, keep practicing, keep working hard.
Yeah.
But if lacrosse maybe isn't your love, then maybe try to find something that you do like. Because at this
Yeah.
age, you're not going to make any improvement if you don't like playing and it's just a job, especially in middle
Right.
school. Like everything should be fun in middle school.
Right. Yeah. And lacrosse is so like we go out and practice 3 times a week, and then I would say for me, the other 2 or 3 days I'm doing wall ball, and
Mm.
I work out 2 or 3 times a week, and
Heck yeah.
it's just so like life is good, and then
Uh,
when I'm not doing anything like that, I'm going to the pool and hanging out with friends. You know.
awesome. That's how it
Yeah.
should be, man. That's how it should
Yeah.
be. Like, don't, it's not a full time job in middle school. Like,
Yeah.
hang out with your friends, like, go play basketball, go play
Yeah.
soccer, mess
Yeah.
around, do whatever you want. Cause it's
It
fun. And then
it's
lacrosse is
so
just for
fun.
fun.
Yeah. Um, so the championship team for 25 years ago was at the game. What was
Mhm.
the one thing you hope people remember most about this Princeton championship team?
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing we emphasize is because I was talking to one of my teammates. I think I was actually talking to his parents because I'm staying at his house because I work in Rhode Island. And
Yeah.
the the one thing we were talking about is that probably the average person who watched the game maybe won't remember who scored all the goals or who made all the saves or who won MVP or maybe even who we played
Yeah.
20 years down the road. But I think the one thing that we emphasize and we like Coach Matt says all the time, like best culture in the country is that how much we cared for each other and how much you visibly could see how much everyone on the roster was bought in and how much we cared. And I think that's something that maybe some of my friends who were watching the game texted me and said, wow, you guys like love each other. Like it's a true
Yeah.
brotherhood. And that's something that I definitely want to remember, and just how much we were willing to sacrifice and fight, and honestly, maybe even die for each other on the field,
Yeah.
because that's how special it was. And maybe the guys on the field, we didn't want to let anyone else in the team down, and the guys on the bench were unbelievable. They didn't want to let any of us down, and just the total camaraderie and brotherhood we had was something special. And I hope that's something people remember, because you don't really come across that many good people on one team all at the same time. And luckily, we kind of had a perfect storm of that, which is rare. But I just
Yeah.
think the compassion and care and love that we had for each other and how hard we played for each other is definitely something that I think we would all want to be remembered for.
Absolutely. So and kind of going off that, after winning a national championship, what are some of the goals you have for Princeton for next year? Like win it again, or what are some of your goals?
Yeah, I mean, the good and the bad about winning it is that the good thing is now the goal is win it again. The bad part is you got to go win it again, or else
Yeah.
maybe it's a failure. But I think we all know, especially coming off a championship, the target's just now it's just definitely on our backs. I mean, maybe we
Yeah.
were a higher seed in the season, and some teams, like, we knew how good we are, they knew how good we were, and we would play
Yeah.
hard. But I think next year definitely we're going to get everyone's best game, and
Absolutely.
winning it, it depends who you ask, but I always think winning it the second time is maybe even harder, because you have to
It
work that
definitely is.
much harder,
Yes.
and teams always are gonna improve, and teams are always gonna be, hey, we want to take down Princeton. And
Yeah.
so I mean, the plan this summer is everyone's gonna go back to work and do nothing different than they always have, which is work as hard as we can and try to be ready for the fall. And then in the fall, we just got to keep doing what we're doing, but maybe even like raise our level a little bit. Like, everyone try to get 1% better and just be prepared for next season. But the good thing is now we do have the experience and we know what it takes, which is obviously an advantage for us. But I think this offseason we all just got to go back to work, put our heads down, and keep grinding, because
Absolutely.
number two is gonna be special, but it's
Yeah.
never guaranteed, and it's gonna be extremely difficult to make it happen. So we're excited.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't prove anything once. You have to do it twice to prove anything. And if
Exactly.
you what is it like what is it like to have the chance to play with top tier talent like George Caljourney and Riley Woods next year?
Yeah, so those guys are unbelievable. I mean, I think it's just so they're coming in, they're going into their senior year. So we'll see
Yeah.
them
Oh,
my
so two
senior
years.
year.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So next season we have guys like Tuck Gilbane, Max Schmink, Blake O'Callaghan from the top of my head, Noah Hahn. So those guys are all coming in, which is great. I mean, those
Yeah,
guys are unbelievable. But I mean, going back to your question, I mean, it's just special. I think it's just a testament to how far this program has come,
for
where
sure.
maybe the top guys and the top ranked guys are the ones who want to come to Princeton now, rather than, I mean, everyone still wants to go to the Dukes and ACCs and the Big
Yeah.
Tens of the world, but it's pretty cool seeing how a lot of the top guys want to come to Princeton. And it's just a testament to our coaching staff and how well they do recruiting, and also a testament to how well we
Yeah.
do on the field too. Because I mean, winning is always fun, and winning it just attracts. And so luckily, like, guys who are that caliber, I mean, watching their highlight reels are unbelievable. Like, Riley Woods
Yeah.
has got a great shot. Caldroni is
Yeah.
unbelievably quick, and those two are just both unbelievable players. So it'll be exciting my senior year. I mean, they have a very good class, but right now we're focused on the ones coming in, and that class is just as good. So it's pretty
Absolutely.
special. It's cool to see that
Yeah.
all maybe the top guys in the country want to come to Princeton.
Yeah.
And it's just a
All
testament
these
to the coaches and the players and everyone in the organization for making Princeton maybe a destination that a lot of people want to come to, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. All these like George Calhoun, I think he was like the best kid in his class. Like he wants to go to Princeton, and that's cool for like all you guys in the community. Like we get it. We had the chance. Like we're becoming a bigger school, and so that's cool to see too. So this may be my favorite question.
Let's do it.
All right. I know you and your sister both play D1 sports in the Ivy League. So I have to ask, who got the better SAT score and who would win a 40-yard dash?
I think, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, maybe I got more of the brain side. She's like more
Okay.
of the athlete. So I'd say my SAT score is probably a little higher, but then
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, she's pretty quick. Like, she gets off the blocks. Like, she's unbelievably fast. I mean, watching her play on the lacrosse field and the soccer field, I mean, it almost seems that everyone else is in slow motion.
Yeah.
I mean, she's quite the athlete. I do have to put my ego aside and tip my hat to her for
Yeah.
being the best athlete in the family. I mean, she's
Okay.
something special. Just won NEPSAC Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Probably won every award in the book in high school, as she deserved, obviously. And she's so special to watch. She's unbelievable. I mean, she's doing double sessions every day for
Yeah.
lacrosse and soccer. Like, maybe not getting as much sleep as she'd want, because she's always practicing and training, and also
Yeah.
keeping up with school. And then to get into a school like Harvard, where I mean, it's never
Yeah.
guaranteed you get in. with the
For
Ivy Leagues
sure.
because they can't give you a spot. You got to kind of earn your way in,
Yeah.
and just watching her. So maybe I have to give the nod to her on the speed athleticism side, but I won't. I
Yeah.
won't give her the SAT. I
I
won't
think
give her the SAT.
yeah. What's your hardest class at Princeton?
Ooh, I mean, we have this class called writing seminar, which is
Okay.
a freshman year course you have to take. And I mean, the idea is that they want to restructure how you write papers. And so the idea is you write something and you haven't written it like the first time, so they kind of want to dock you and make it
Yeah.
really hard. And luckily, they've made it maybe a little easier on the grading, where some guys the seniors who just graduated, and also the seniors before, they would always tell us horror stories about how maybe they got a C or they got a B plus, B minus, whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, because the class was so hard and you had to put so much effort into it. And
Yeah.
that's kind of a welcome to Princeton moment too. It's a wake up call, like, hey, this is
Yeah.
serious. Like, it's not just get in and go into cruise control. It's, hey, now you're here. Now you have to work even harder to get
Yeah.
good grades. So it's honestly, it builds character. And I think the class honestly did help how I do write papers now. But
Yeah.
I mean, that class is definitely a head scratcher and a
What did you
head
get in the
banger.
class? What did you get in the class?
I think I ended up with a B plus. I mean, like I said, they made the grading
Okay.
a little easier, but I had an
Yeah.
A the whole semester, and maybe I think the last paper got me a little bit, unfortunately.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it is
I
the
mean,
way you learn from it.
A B plus is still. I mean, that's still
No,
good.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. No, for sure. I'm not. There's no complaints about it at all.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I tried really hard in that class. So did a lot of
Yeah.
guys, but sometimes you get that close to like the A
Yeah.
and you don't get it. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
For sure. Well, now we're gonna do rapid fire, which is like quick question, quick answer. All right.
Sounds good. Let's do
All
it.
right. Fastest guy on Princeton.
Jackson Green.
Mm.
He's
Funniest
so fast.
funniest guy on the team.
I think Carson Kramer is the funniest guy. He's a
Mm.
junior. He's number 21, the big guy on the team.
Yeah.
I crack up every time he
Okay.
says something.
Most likely to be late to practice.
Ooh, late. Nah, no one's late to practice. Everyone's on
Mm.
time. We're buttoned
Okay.
up.
Okay. Who uh who controls locker room music?
The two Speeces, so Hunter Speece and Tucker Speece are the guys that it seems like both do. It's pretty funny, the brother tandem. So it's
Yeah.
either one of them or do it. They're pretty good. It was a good year on Ox.
Best celly on the team.
Ooh, best celly. I think Tucker Wade has the worst celly. I'll say that because he doesn't celly and he scores and it borderline looks like he's sad when he scores,
Yeah.
which is pretty funny. But I think I like Porter celly. Like Porter does like the Oregon, like he does
Yeah.
that. That's pretty
Okay.
funny. I like that one.
Best chirper on the team.
Ooh, best chirper. Croddick. Croddick lets me hear it
Oh,
in practice all the
yeah.
time. Like they're pretty funny in games, and you can see it in games too. Like he'll make a save and he'll catch it and just be like, "Heck no," and shake his head. And
Yeah.
he's a good chirper.
Yeah. Most intense or locked in guy on the team.
Ooh, I mean, I gotta like John Dumphy is always putting in the extra work. He's always
Yeah.
hitting the wall. He's always dodging on his own. He's always doing extras after practice. I mean, obviously, like Burns is very locked in. We have a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's so locked in, but those
Yeah.
are the two guys maybe that come to mind right away. Oh, Tyler McDermott. That
Yeah.
guy's unbelievable. He's a freshman. He's a hard worker. He's going to be something special.
Yeah.
That kid's unbelievable. He works extremely hard all the time. So I got to give credit to him as well.
Mm. Who would make the best coach from the team?
Ooh, best coach. I think Russ is a leader of men. Maybe I think Russ would be a coach that can get the guys going.
Okay.
Maybe X's and O's. Like I think Chad might want to be a coach.
Yeah.
I think Chad kind of has the mind to be a coach, especially like how close he is with Coach Mitchell.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else on the team? I think Nick Crowley would be a really good coach.
Okay.
He was one of our LSMs this year, and he was our man down guy. I mean, he just has the grit, but he gets
Oh,
it. Like
is that number 7?
that's Frida. That's Zach Friedman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Zach
Okay.
Friedman would be more of like who's the president. That's kind
Oh,
of
okay.
Zach Friedman.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Most chaotic moment from this season.
Ooh, most chaotic. I think maybe I wasn't in this one, but definitely the ground ball against Notre Dame,
Mm,
where it was. I think the announcer called. I think he might have called it like a championship ground ball, or Anish might have
mm.
called it a championship ground ball. And watching that, I felt like the ground ball lasted for 5 minutes. It kept going on. You see guys diving
Oh my.
everywhere, and we ended up coming up with it. Thank
Yeah.
God. And that was just like a moment that defined us because I feel sometimes maybe we didn't get the bounce, but then when we needed it most, we picked up the most important ground ball of the year, and it took literally all 6 guys, like no
Yeah.
exaggeration, like all 6 guys on our team were involved in that play, and even 7. Like Croddick ended up with the ball after, so
Yeah.
that just showed like our team and how we persevered through the chaos this year, which is great.
For sure. Hardest defender you faced.
Ooh, I mean, for the most part, luckily I was guarded by short six, but I mean, not no like recency, but I guess I mean Will Donovan, first team All American. I've watched him for years.
Yeah.
coming
For sure.
into college. And when he was on the field, like I got the pull against Notre Dame, so he was guarding me. I'm not gonna act like I tested that matchup too much, but
Yeah.
I mean, he watching him, he was a special player all 4 years.
Yeah. Favorite PLL team?
Ooh, I mean, I was I was an Archers guy because my favorite player ever is Courier and Schreiber, but Schreiber is my favorite guy, so he was on the
Okay.
Archers. I
Yeah,
mean, but obviously I'm from Boston, so now that there's locations, it's the Cannons.
for
So,
sure.
but originally when the PLL started it was the Archers, and now we got the Boston Cannons. So I'm a
Yeah.
Cannons guy through and through.
Yep. You can take one midfielder from any era of lacrosse to
Mhm.
play on your line for one game. Who are you picking and why?
All right, I got two for you. I got Tom Schreiber because he was one of the reasons I started playing lacrosse,
Okay.
and then Zach Courier, who his play
Yeah,
style is one
he's
of the
on the Water Dogs.
yep
Yeah.
water. He was a Princeton guy as well.
Oh yeah.
He was
Yeah.
Coach Mads coached him, and he's just his play style and his intensity and ferocity during the game was just unbelievable.
For sure.
So that he's just his play style is unbelievable. Then Schreiber's kind of the reason I started playing lacrosse.
He's a beast. Yeah. Best spot on Princeton campus.
Ooh, the spot. I mean, I personally like if at the dinner, I like going to this place called La Mezzaluna, which has
Okay.
the best chicken parm vodka sauce maybe ever.
Okay.
It's pretty unbelievable. I mean, that's like the only reason I go there is just to get it. So that place is unbelievable.
Yeah. Coolest team tradition.
Ooh, I think honestly, it's kind of funny how our tradition. I mean, obviously, we have our normal like post game and we do our practices and stuff. But I
Yeah.
think the unique thing since I've been here is that traditions kind of form as the season goes on. And I think this year, the perfect embodiment of our team was. I mean, you were at the game. You probably heard us. We were chanting like "team, team,
Yeah.
team, team" on the field, and that kind of started. I don't know. One of the D film sessions. That's like somehow it started here and there, but
Okay.
I think that was the perfect embodiment of what our team was this year, where we walk in the field and we're just like team, team,
Yeah.
team. That was a pretty cool tradition this year. And
Yeah.
that's not like a private one. Everyone saw us do it
Yeah.
if you're at the game. So,
For sure. And lastly, go to karaoke song.
ooh, go to karaoke song. Probably I could sing "Living on a Prayer" by Bon
Oh,
Jovi. That
yeah.
one's a good one. I mean,
Okay.
especially like Gillette when they sing it.
Yeah.
That's pretty special. That one I can try to rip that one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. And then I do have one more question. Are you
Yeah, for
excited?
sure.
Are you excited for next year to get the Cascade Z's?
That's the flip helmets, right?
Yes,
So
yeah,
we
that's a
actually we ended up getting those. We ended up getting
ah,
those right before playoffs. I can go grab a few if you want. I wasn't supposed to bring it home, but I totally forgot. I can go grab it if
sure.
you want to see
Yeah,
it. Yeah, we
yeah.
wore it against Marist. I'll go run. I'll go run and get it real quick. Yeah. So apologies to Dan guy. I wasn't supposed to bring this home, but I think I was just like packing up and threw everything in my
Yeah.
bag. But so these are the Cascades. We wore them against Marist in the playoffs, and guys called them like Flip Tech because you can
Yeah,
see.
yeah, that's it.
Yes. I don't know how. I don't really know how Flip Tech came the name, but I mean, it
Yeah,
makes
like
sense. Like,
it's like a Superman helmet. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
you just flip
That's
it up and down.
interesting.
And I
Yeah.
think the idea is what they told us. The idea is that safety reasons where guys won't wear their chin strap on properly because they want to like flip their helmet up.
Yeah.
And so I think the idea was like you wear your chin strap normally and you keep it on safe, but then if you want water or fresh air, you just flip it up. So
Okay. Yeah.
they're pretty cool. They're pretty
Yeah.
neat. But we like the orange ones this year, so that's kind of why we wore the orange.
Yeah.
But yeah, these will be exciting. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the idea.
Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah, Princeton gear is sweet. I think Princeton has one of the coolest color combos for sure. They got
100%.
some, and I love the STX gear. It's sweet.
Uh-huh.
I
The
the
STX, best brand in the game.
yeah,
Shout out STX.
yeah, best gloves and elbow pads. That's what I rock.
100%.
I rock STX. I have RZR2 gloves.
Mhm.
And then I have STX Selly something elbow pads.
Nice. Yeah.
And then I have they're actually the same ones as you. I saw your Instagram post. They're the same ones that you had. Just
Awesome.
yeah. I think I have a Maverick chest pad, but I
Uh,
just like it because I'm an attackman. It has like this like plastic plate on it.
mhm.
Then I have shoot. What else is there? I have a Cascade XRS Pro. This is one of them right
Nice to see
here.
it.
Yeah. It doesn't
Oh,
have a chin.
sweet.
It doesn't have a
Who's
chin. It doesn't have a chin strap in right now because
uh,
it's in my other helmet, and I don't like the other helmet.
is that
Uh,
your club or
this is my
school?
regional team. Like
Oh,
it's national,
cool.
regional, something like that.
That thing's sick. That's
Yeah,
so cool.
91 South. My other one, I can grab you my old one. This is my old night. All right. This is with my club helmet. This is the
Uh,
smaller one because I've grown out of the XRS. I have a Pro
yeah.
now. This is what the they're
Nice.
like.
That thing's sweet, dude.
The
You guys
best
got
thing
good colors.
the best thing about this helmet is I like the quick clip or whatever.
You do have the quick
It's
clip.
it's like magnetic.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Did it come off? Like, do people just check it off? You get in the head?
No, oh yes, actually yes. Like the thing will come down when I get checked in the head. That is the one bad thing. Um, well, that's all I got. Thank you so much for coming on.
Dude, thank you for having me. That was awesome. I
Yeah, it was
appreciate it. I
awesome.
mean, dude, I honestly, I just want to say this. Like, I love what you're doing. I mean,
Thank you.
it takes guts, but I honestly, I love it. I think
Yeah,
it's good for the sport. I appreciate like your consistency to reach out, especially at your
yeah,
age. Like, I might have been a little timid and maybe not have asked and missed an opportunity, but
yeah,
you constantly reaching out. You're getting awesome people. I saw you got Maddie Palamon, which is cool.
yeah,
You got the Georgia Tech coach, or yeah, Georgia Tech coach, which is
yeah.
pretty
George
special.
Tech.
Like, just
I
keep doing
got
what you're
all the
doing,
Curse
man.
brothers. I got the Curse brothers. I got
Yeah.
Coach Corrigan. You know who actually just said yes?
Who?
Gary Gate said yes.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's gonna be a good one.
That's
I
awesome.
I'm trying. You should help me get one of my big ones I really want is Chad Palumbo.
I can get you Chad. Chad's a
Yeah,
podcast guy. So
he, I
I'll text him. I'll
he
text him
is
after this.
he I have tried to get him multiple times just like through Instagram DMs and I've
Mhm.
tried to get his email and he would be a cool one just because like I love the style of his play. Like
Yeah.
I feel like we are very similar in terms of like how
Mhm.
I play and how he plays and it would be cool to I just want to keep getting Princeton guys, you know? It's just
Mhm.
it's just cool getting all of them. But it was
100%,
certainly
man.
it was certainly an honor talking with you. So thank you
Nah,
for your
testament to you,
time.
man. Your hard
Yeah.
work's paying off. It's unbelievable to watch. I enjoy watching all the clips and everything. So
Yeah.
I'm honored to be on this, not the other way
Yeah.
around. So I appreciate
Absolutely.
you. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much and you have a good day.
Sounds good. You too,
All right.
brother.
See ya.
Appreciate you.